Welcome to Cedar Point. Today is the very opening day of Halloweekends. So today I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of stuff that are new offerings here at Cedar Point for Halloweekends. However, the majority of things for Halloweekends starts at 4 o'clock. So I'm doing my day a little bit backwards today, and I'm starting at the beach. So come on with me down to the boardwalk and let's go. It is a beautiful day here at Cedar Point. I've gotten here a little bit later than I usually do. It is about 2 o'clock right now. It actually just feels really nice being out here on the beach today. So I'm thinking that's worthwhile. The waves coming in, the water on my feet, it's pretty nice. And this is gonna be one of the last times that's gonna be particularly nice. I mean, we might have another nice week or so, you know, but our days are numbered as far as nice days here in the Great Lakes area. So let's enjoy this water while we can. Let's have some fun today. We might get some drinks, we might hang out. We're definitely gonna see a lot of shows and maybe hit a couple of rides. I just hit every single roller coaster here at Cedar Point just a couple of weeks ago. So if you want to check that out, I will link it for you. But today isn't gonna be about every single ride. Today is gonna be about Halloweekends and having fun with the brand new offerings that Cedar Point is offering right now on Halloweekend. These waves are perfect today. And the temperature of the water, it's like bath water. Maybe I just won't go into the theme park at all today. Maybe I'll just hang out here and enjoy the, no, of course that's not gonna happen. I am actually a little bit surprised to see that the sandbar is closed. I was not expecting that at all. The hotel is still open, so I guess I would assume that the indoor bar is still open throughout the day today. Okay, I guess I was wrong. The sandbar is open. It's just open on only one side, not on both sides. I have enjoyed a little bit of time here on the beach, and now it is time for me to go grab something to eat. Well, we are here. Let's go. For $15, you can buy a Nobu necklace. So when all the ghouls and ghosts come out for the night, if you do not want to be scared and you don't want to have to be the one who actually gets like someone creepy hanging out on your shoulder or walking very close to you, whispering in your ear, things like that, then you need to get that Nobu necklace. That Nobu necklace will cost $15 for you, but if that's something that's important to you that you don't get scared, that's a good thing. Now, that being said, you're still gonna hear people scream. You're still going to hear the scares that are directed toward other people. So it's not foolproof. You're still gonna get a little bit of those frights, even with the Nobu necklace. They're just not going to be directed exactly and only toward you. It's a good thing to be aware of just in case that's something that you really care about. There are a couple shows that are going to be coming up soon, and I have a couple questions I need to ask about Halloweekends, so we're gonna go. I always feel like just a little bit of a lost puppy dog whenever one of the like new event seasons come up, and it's my first time here for that event season. And right now, I felt that way just a little bit, trying to figure out what ride or what show was coming up first. Because quite honestly, rides are not the thing that I'm going for. I mean, right now, Iron Dragon has a massive, massive line for Iron Dragon. That is not the thing that I want to do with my time right now. I want to go see shows. I want to hear music. I want to then go to haunted houses tonight. So we're gonna go check those out right now. And there is a show, Whistlin Willie's, is happening at the Lusty Lil's Palace Theater. And it will be my first full show to see during the day while the sun is still out and while it is still hot outside. And there's also food right there. So we're gonna go check that out right now. Let's go. If I feel like a little lost puppy dog coming on the first Halloweekends of the season, then I know that other people who are watching this channel also feel that way. I have been here all the time this year, but it's hard to decide what you want to do, when you want to do it, when you come to Cedar Point. And of course, what you do when you want to do it depends on what your goals for the day are. If you are coming to see shows, then you have to figure out what your next show or first show is for that day. If you're coming to ride rides, you're gonna have to stand in some pretty massive lines. Wow. Millennium Force is massive also. Okay, Cedar Point, I see you with some creative drinks at the Red Garter Saloon. We'll have to see if I can find something similar to that at other places also. Maybe like the Last Chance Bar and Grill. Now, if you're standing where I am right now or back behind me, then you are not going into the haunt zone, or you're not in the haunt zone yet. But if you pass this sign, you are immediately in the haunt zone, which means right now I'm in the haunt zone. So these boxes right up in front of me, they'll have characters behind them. There will be fog. There will be all kinds of things. We'll see it tonight once it gets dark. But that is when a lot and where a lot of the thrills and the fears come from during these Halloweekends nights. So if you can't deal with it, don't come back here past about 5 or 6 o'clock. We have lots of different types of early on shows, especially early on in the day for kids. You have a lot of different shows that are made for the kids kind of to get hyped about Halloween, or in this case, Halloweekends. If you have little ones or somewhat little ones, they may enjoy seeing like the Witch Sisters show. Now, I would love to go to Wild Turnips right now. That actually sounds really, really good. The problem is their line system, unless they've improved it, does not encourage a quick turnaround for you to get your food and to walk out. So I'm gonna find someplace either connected to the Palace Theater, or I'm going to find another place that's just got a really quick line where I can walk in and out, get my food, and be done with it. Now, I said earlier that lines for rides looked low. I am getting the feeling I was very wrong about that statement. At this point, the park is only open on the weekends. People are packing in all their thrills, all their excitements, all their shows, everything into one weekend. Lines for food are outrageous. It's like the beginning of the year again. So I would not say that it's a good idea to come in late. Like, you definitely need to be here. If you have a pass, get here at 10 o'clock because it is a full day. If you want to ride rides in particular. Today was not about rides, so I'm fine. But if you want to, hit it. Get here at 10 o'clock. Get here early so that you are actually able to come in. Now, 10 o'clock, like I said before, is for pass holders. If you don't have a pass, then get here at 11 o'clock, get those rides in, and then start doing the haunts, the shows, things for Halloweekends. Right now, I'm here at Pizza because it is the shortest line that I can find, so we're just gonna get this really fast. Future Trenton here. If you haven't yet, please press that subscribe button. We would love for you to join this Disney-loving family and come enjoy these theme parks with us. So press that little red button. We know you want to, and we want you to too. So go ahead and do it. Go ahead, right now. Okay, that's enough. Let's go back to your normal stuff. This has not been confirmed, but rumor has it that Antique Cars has closed for the last time last week. Now, I'm not sure if that's true or not. Like I said, rumor has it. But it does, I mean, it is closed right now, so I'm wondering, possibly, but right now they do have the Harvest Fear rather than Harvest Fair, haha, play on words, here at Cedar Point. That's the booths that you see behind me. This will be kind of a bit of a haunted area also, but it's been 2 years since we've actually had haunted stuff here at Cedar Point, so I'm not entirely sure what to expect, so we're gonna have to find out. Let's go.
Well, I've got something to tell you, the story of our time.
It's a popular place, lots of people here, which I'm glad for.
His body may past its peak, but his soul's in a better place.
You can order drinks right behind me during the show even. To suck your blood. Let's see how it tastes. First of all, we have this.
I'm Whistlin Willie! You're alive?
How?
What? We thought you were dead.
I found you in the street outside the assay office.
I see.
No, it's assay. I see.
Maybe I can explain. I had just discovered gold!
All right, it looks like next I'm on my way to the Witch Sisters. They have some games going on at 3:40. So we're gonna go check those out. I think that's gonna be something that's more like family fair type stuff. But it'll be interesting to see what it actually is. It does take place during the day, which tells me it's more of a family opportunity. But that's where we're headed right now. And then up to the front for my first show in the Jack Aldrich Theater. I haven't even graced the doors of the Jack Aldrich Theater for the last 2 years at least, because nothing has been in there. So finally, we have a show back in the Jack Aldrich Theater up at the very front of the park. So that's where I'm headed after that. That's the one I'm more excited about than this. But it'll be interesting to see what it is. Like I said earlier, the rides just have ridiculous lines. At this point, again, do the rides early on in the day because too many people are here in the evenings. Now, I also have a quick question for one of the booths. So that's where I'm also headed right now. Frontiertown Guest Services is a great place to ask a couple of questions, find out about tonight, so let's go. I'm very close also to the Witch Sisters, which reminds me a lot of the Sanderson sisters, so I'm kind of wondering if that's kind of the vibe they're going for, but it'll be fun to go see. But let's see what this actually tastes like. Now, like I showed you before, this has a syringe in it when you get it. Now, I was in the middle of the show, but I got the syringe out, and you put an extra shot into your drink with that. So, I mean, it's definitely creative, and the whole thing changes color when you do that too, which is fun. This is called I Want to Drink Your Blood. And it is very good. It's a very sweet drink. Definitely covers up any flavors of the like vodka, stuff like that. So if that's something you really, you know, you're not like a big fan of sweet drinks, then don't get this one. But I do like it. I wouldn't say it's probably my favorite. It tastes a little bit like high C or something like that, but it's good, it's creative, it's fun, it's a good, definitely very festive. So I definitely like that, and I think this thing is mine to take home, so I'll do that. Although then I'm gonna have to carry it around with me. Maybe I'll take it out to the car tonight.
Season, we're going to pretend to be something while we tiptoe. What do we want to be? What do we want to be? Witches? What did you say? I don't know. Okay, we're going to pretend to be witches. So show me what a witch looks like. Lovely, okay.
All right, so for the Witch Sisters, obviously that is a kids program. It does look like it looks like something my daughter would enjoy. So I'm certainly not mad about that. That seems like something that they would like, but it is not the it's not something that I'm going to be doing by myself. I spent about 2 minutes there, and even in those 2 minutes, as a single guy just watching something with a whole bunch of kids in it, you know, you feel a little bit creepy. So let's keep moving on and get down to where, ironically, more kids things are. We're gonna show what the different activities are that are available here down off of the Midway at Cedar Point. For those of you who are kettle corn lovers, there is kettle corn to be had. I'm certainly couldn't be me. I am not a fan, but I know a lot of other people do like them. Now, one thing I do notice is definitely Cedar Point's snack game is very high. At this point, there's snacks all over the place that I'm noticing. So, even popcorn. I'm seeing popcorn all over the place, and all year long that has not been the case. But I've seen and smelled it all over the park. So Cedar Point must know that, you know, we as the American public like to snack during Halloween. Also, it probably doesn't hurt that the park is open much later. The park is now open until midnight, starting at 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock if you are a pass holder. So that gives you a lot more time to maybe get hungry, maybe need a bit of a snack. So that probably has at least some bearing in the snack-heavy nature of Cedar Point right now. All right, I see another show right up in front of me here. Let's go check it out.
Clock. 90 seconds to start these piggies. Ready, set, avast! One side's going pretty good. You got this. Come on, one side.
Cedar Point is full of activities for kids and families early on in the day. So after 6 o'clock, everything changes. But during the day, this park is full of family activities. You, as a parent with your kids, you can come here, go get some candy with your kid. There are different shows and animatronics that you can see, including the one that's right in front of me right now. And there's also a candy cart for kids or families who may want to indulge in a little bit of sugar for the day. But where we're headed right now is here to KIddie Kingdom, where there are all kinds of offerings. Now, any of the family attractions behind me cost anywhere between 1 and 3 tokens for you to do. All these tents back behind me, they all offer different kinds of prizes or candies for the kids to have. But like I said, it's a cost. Now, that cost is $10 for 3 tokens or $20 for 8 tokens. Or you can do the family deal, which is 25 tokens for $50. So you're looking anywhere between, you know, like $4 a token to $2 a token, depending on what kind of a deal you are doing. Now, there are some other attractions also for kids, and these attractions do not cost anything. The tricky corn maze, the crazy corn box, these are all attractions that don't cost a dime. Your kids will have to wait in line for them, but it's something fun you know, there are mazes and there are paths that are like haunted for adults to go down. In the same way, these are the paths and mazes that kids get to do here at Cedar Point. Now, the Crazy Corn Box, that is just a box literally filled with corn, and then there's stuff down in there that you can find, little prizes for kids to be able to pick up. So definitely worth your while for kids. The only caution I would give for those of you who are particularly concerned with it is that it is probably one of the least hygienic things that you can have here at Cedar Point. So maybe wash your hands before and after coming into that. The Midnight Syndicate already has a massive line. I'm still gonna go get in line because I know that that theater has a lot of space in it. So I think a lot of people should be able to fit into it. But first, I'm running out to my car to, if you are not a pass holder, you will need to have a ticket for re-entry. So you do need to go through a line on your way out if you leave for any reason. If you are a pass holder, you do not need to do that. You can just skip that part of the line and just go straight on through the gates, because you won't need to worry about being let back in because you'll just use your ticket, your pass, to get back in for that day. All right, that was nice and fast. It is now 4:14, and I'm on my way right back in. And I'm on my way right back in. It is not far to the Jack Aldrich Theater. So this should work pretty nicely for me without having to have too much of a delay in that line. I'm really hoping I get in and I'm not gonna have to wait until like 6 o'clock to get it, because at that point I wanna be doing haunted houses. Hey!
How are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Good. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know if you can really see or not, but the crowds here are just insane. I think earlier on in the day, they're not so much, but a lot of people are just like me, where they thought, oh, I'm not really coming for rides today. I'm just coming for the spooky haunts. And they come in at 2, 3, 4 o'clock, and it just becomes a madhouse here at Cedar Point. I mean, I'm not upset about it. I like seeing this many people packed into a space after an entire year of us not really having any social interaction, really much at all. It is kind of nice to see this, but it's also crazy busy. So just be prepared for that on your way in. Midnight Syndicate has not opened yet, but the line is substantially longer. Where I was gonna get in line was like right back there. So, oh, this could be bad. I hope I can get in. Okay, we are moving forward, but will we make it in to Midnight Syndicate? I guess we'll find out, but then you'll be able to know. We were all the way back by the front doors of Hugo's Italian Kitchen. So if you're that far back, you'll know if you can get in or not at the end of this. Let's cross your fingers with me. Let's go. All right, we made it. Yay. I was not fully expecting this. I kind of thought that it would be too full, but it does look like there's still quite a few seats available. So if you get here too late, you might have to split up your group, but looks like it's reasonable. It has been more than 2 years since I have even been in this room. It's really nice to be back. I have to tell you though, the last time that I was in this room, it was not even a fraction of the amount as full as it is today. So maybe people are taking theater, live theater, less for granted, which is a good thing in my book.
For many, that name has become synonymous with Halloween.
What the hell did I just witness? I can't. I mean, in a way, that was really cool because they held so much back for so long. They barely added scares in, but just enough to really, truly make it scary. There was a guy in the middle of it that yelled out, "That's some scary shit." And I mean, it is. But what did I just see? Like, I was waiting for like a massive, massive climax where like, I don't know. I feel like I don't want to say that much in case people want to see it and be surprised by things. Man, I am really confused by what I just witnessed. It was, I can't decide, was it good or was it half of what it was supposed to be? And I think I will take that confusion with me to the grave because I'm not entirely sure. It seems purposeful enough that it quite possibly could just be purposeful. Wow, anyway, so if you are interested in Midnight Syndicate, I did hear on the way out, I heard a lot of people, especially men, saying, yeah, that was pretty cool, actually. So, and I mean, I like a lot of like really cheesy things, you know? So I don't know that I have the majority opinion, especially among men, but to hear that many older men saying that kind of thing, I think it may be something that a lot of people might really like. So go check it out if you want to. Do know that it's scary, especially for kids. It's definitely going to be scary. It might be a good way to kind of set the tone for your Halloweekends evening to start out with Midnight Syndicate. I have a little bit of time here, about an hour. I'm going to see how long Gatekeeper's line is, and I'm going to check out a few other lines on the app. Well, in my last video, just before this video, I said that the restrooms back here by Gatekeeper are not open. They are, and it's a good thing because I need them. So, I haven't seen them open yet this year. This is the first time I've seen them. Leave it down in the comments if you've seen these restrooms open. First time I've ever seen a line longer for the men's restroom than for the women's restroom. I guess there's a first for everything, isn't there? Now, I'm headed into Gatekeeper because even though it does say a 45-minute line, although here it says an hour-long line, but online it says 45 minutes. So, I am heading into Gatekeeper. We'll see how long this actually takes. This is the longest I've waited for a long time, but everything has a long line right now. 45 minutes is as low of a wait as you possibly can see. It is about 5:08 right now, something like that. So I'm gonna check out this ride, which will probably be the only ride of the evening for me, because tonight is all about the spooks, the haunts, and one extremely weird show apparently, which is what I just did. We are getting a good move on in this line, so hopefully it won't be a full hour in line. Hopefully it'll be a little bit less than that, but we'll see what happens. I just met Andrew here in line for Gatekeeper. Thanks for saying hi to me, Andrew. I always love it when people say hi. If you see me around, definitely say hi. All right, it has been just about a half hour. We are here on the loading dock for Gatekeeper. Gatekeeper, I love that ride so much, and it is only about $5.50 right now. But I'm noticing literally right now that Hexed is starting to take people in just before 6 o'clock. So I'm actually gonna hop in this line because this one's gonna go real fast because there's no one in the building at all. But this is the kind of line that you can expect for Halloweekends. The Halloweekends haunted houses take on very, very long lines. And this is no exception, quite obviously. So they are letting people into the line at least right now. I'm not sure about anything else, like what else is happening. I'm not entirely sure, but they are letting people in to at least the line for Hexed, if not into the actual building itself. So either way, let's get going. Now that is actually a decent animatronic. Okay, so all that they actually did was open up the gate here for Hexed. Because we have not moved. It's 5:57 right now. We haven't moved since we moved forward into or up to the gate. So at this point, we're just waiting for 3 more minutes for them to start letting us in, and at that point it should move pretty quickly. Not sure if I would recommend necessarily doing this one first. As you can see, this is a decent line. Now, this is nothing though. The line will get much, much longer. This line has taken a very long time. Even getting in it at the very beginning, this has been a 40-minute line so far. The person up at the front will divide you into groups so that you have a smaller group that you are supposed to be in while you're going in. That way it doesn't feel like you know where every one of the scares is, because you're in a smaller group and you can walk along by yourself. So by the time someone screamed, you don't know what they've screamed about when you get to the next scare. Well, unfortunately, I cannot film inside, but you can see the characters that I just filmed right outside of Hexed. They are creepy. They're a little bit different than they've been in the past. They didn't use prosthetics this year, so they didn't use like additional like flesh on top of their skin to kind of mask their appearance even more. So their faces are glow in the dark, which actually lessens the scares a little bit, because you can see their faces coming a little bit more than you could before. Used to be that it was a little bit harder to see their faces because everything was more muted. So in the dark, when they'd like come around a corner, you wouldn't really realize it was one of the characters' faces and not just one of your friends' faces. At this point, it becomes a bit more obvious that it is one of the characters. So it is a little bit less scary than it has been in previous years. That is from what I understand, that is a COVID-related thing that they have done to not do the prosthetics, because then probably it's twofold. Probably in one way, you don't need to hire more people to do the makeup, and secondly, you also don't need to have people touching your face, looking directly into your face, breathing into your face, and putting the prosthetics on. That is something that is a little bit different than previous years. I don't think it's bad. As a matter of fact, if you are like me and you really like to look at the scenery around you, because the scenery is very detailed, then you're probably gonna like it more. For me, I don't know, I mean, I guess there's a mixture of both liking it more and liking it less, but it's still a fun thing. So we're gonna go off to the next haunted house and see how many we can hit tonight. And we'll definitely try to hit the back scare zone once it becomes dark this evening also. Erie Estates did close down. I see fire people and police and security guards around, so I am not sure what happened, but something weird has happened here. But something weird happens and you just move on down the line. Now, the majority of the houses this year are to the left toward Frontiertown. So that's the way we're gonna go. This looks like a fun show, one that includes more music and costumes and stuff like that. So I'm definitely excited to see that. All right, so Monster Mash was really good. That was really fun. Like, that might have been one of the best shows that I've seen. A lot of intricate choreography, a lot of just fun songs that people know, and I really enjoyed that. That was definitely fun. So let's keep going. We've got some more that we need to do tonight, and one of those things is the scare zones. We also have some haunted houses we'd like to hit, but man, so far I've hit one ride. Let's see, we've done, well, I guess just one haunted house, right? And then we've done, we'll call it 3 shows. Well, actually, this would be the 4th show. So, it's not terrible. I'm pretty impressed with that. The VIP Experience Lounge is something that you can pay for. It's an add-on to the cost of your Cedar Point ticket. And you can come, and at this point, it looks like they've tried to beef it up now so that you actually can hear someone sing while you're here also. It does have some beers with it. Most of the tents are sponsored by beer companies. So you can get some beer back there. The problem with the whole situation is the extra cost, and I don't really think it's worthwhile. There are chargers back there. There are couches that you can lay down on. You can rest a little bit. There's some fans so you can cool off. It's nice. I got to do the VIP experience one time. That was when it was not a paid experience, but you could win it. Although I did not win it. I had a friend, Chrissy Takes Pics, who gave me a free ticket because she and her daughter and her daughter's friend didn't need one of the extra tickets that they won. Which, I mean, I was very thankful for that, but I don't really think that the experience warrants an extra cost. It's not something that, at least it's not something that I would pay for. But right now, we're here at the Red Garter Saloon, and there's another show going on right now, so we're gonna go check it out. That looked like a very good band. It's not particularly my style. There's a very good chance I will sit through the entire thing by the end of the season. But today, I'm kind of wanting to put my priority in other places. So for right now, that's not one that we are going to prioritize. And instead, we're gonna keep moving on to some of the walkthroughs that are coming up here, or to some of the haunted houses that we can find. Now, I just went into the haunt zone. So, it's not dark enough to haunt yet. So, we're safe, don't worry. But it will be soon. There are these fun cages here for photo ops, especially before the scare actors come out at night. Those look really fun. I know that kids would love to just hang out in there and take pictures and stuff like that. I have a feeling they will be used a mite differently for and through scare actors tonight. Now, our next haunted area is Split Trails, which is right here through the barnyard and behind the barnyard in one of the back buildings. Trails, of course, is spelled T-R-A-L-E-S. because we're really talking entrails here. So, let's go. Oh, and look, it's called the Roadkill Buffet. How sweet is that?
Getting that
Welcome
freezer.
to the day. Can I take your order? Do you like some hush puppies? Do you like some
Ooh.
desserts? We also serve children nuggets, 100% fresh children.
We got in line here at 7:41. Let's see how long this line actually takes. I do love the views of Millennium Force from this line. This is cool. People's reactions as they leave Split and Trales is one of my favorite parts. All right, things are starting up here now. There are no blue necklaces, like I said. Those are $15, and they also make sure that you're not scared by any of the jump scare actors here. Cedar Point lays the fog on nice and thick, and then you can't see what's coming up. So you're just kind of in a constant state of something could happen. You never know what. But there are security guards here. You are completely safe the entire time, even though it does seem a little bit scary. Quite a bit scary, actually. Now, Split and Trales was... Split and Trales, I just think that's hilarious, was a very, very well-themed haunted house. Once again, there's just a ton of theming that goes into these houses, and that's what I love. It is basically themed after a meat house. So it's a place where you're coming in, you're going to get like a side of beef. And, but on top of the beef, they might have a little surprise for you that might also be human. Yikes. Most of these have something to do with killing humans. You know, that's kind of like a Halloween scare tactic that's been an established trope for quite a while, since like the 1960s with Psycho. So that's what most of this is. But what a place to come. I mean, generally, if you go to a haunted house, you're going to pay like 15 to 20 bucks at least just to enter that one haunted house. But here, especially if you have a pass, but if you spend a couple of days here, you can hit maybe 5 or 6 different haunted houses all at one time. Not to mention just the scare area that is behind me right now, or the like different pathways that go across Cedar Point. Speaking of pathways, right now we are headed down to Blood on the Bayou. Let's see where it takes us. It might take us all the way to the other side of the park. I have no idea. All right, Blood on the Bayou is not happening, at least not right now. It says a bigger, better Blood on the Bayou opening next weekend. So I was just told by this lady right over here that it will be opening again on Friday, next Friday at 8 o'clock sharp. By that point, I hope this video is out. So you should see that. So this nice lady here let me know that. So come back next week if you want to see it. All right, I just was told that was a 2-hour wait for corn stalkers, and I have places to be and places to go, so I'm not gonna do that. I can hop in a line any day when I come over the next like 8 weeks, so I have no problem getting out of line and going someplace else for tonight. We can hit corn stalkers for the first time another time soon. nighttime during Halloweekends is a good time to eat Chick-fil-A, which makes sense because this is more of a family-friendly restaurant and this is not a family-friendly area. So let's go get some food. I just discovered that Fright Lane passes cost $45. And then if you want Fast Lane passes right now, they're actually only $135, which is a much better deal than the like $245 or whatever they were recently. So that is something that I think might be decent. Right now, I'm going to Cutthroat Cove. Now, there are a couple of different options for your Cedar Point frights. One of the frights is, of course, just the scare zone where you walk around and there are people here meant to scare you. Another one of those frights is places like Blood on the Bayou or like the Cove here that are basically like very fast walkthroughs. They rarely get a line unless there's just like a holdup and then there's a line to go through them. But there is and of course there's no line to go through the scare zones either, like what you see behind me or in front of me right now. But there is a line that, but then on top of that, then you also have haunted houses. So if you want to go quickly through one, go through, so if you want to hit an attraction quickly, go through the Cove, go through the Bayou, or just walk through the scare zone like this guy.
That's my boo. My boo-boo. Hi, boo-boo's friend. Not cheat on you, too.
And that'll make it easier for you to get a lot of attractions done. This one is starting to attract a crowd, so I'm gonna head on in right now. Now, even for those, there are no cameras allowed. Just put the cameras away. Treat those like the rides. The only place where you can get video or pictures of the like scare zones is when you are walking around in where I am right now. Other than that, they are just additional attractions. Same rules apply that they would apply for any other ride or roller coaster here at Cedar Point. I'm loving this really nice little fall area here. What a nice little place to hang out and to sit around the fire on a nice fall evening. So we are on our way now to Banished. Now these scare actors are much scarier than the glow-in-the-dark ones that I saw in the first haunted house. Those ones they were too noticeable. But these just look like regular people blending in with the crowd until you start to notice their face, and then kind of scares you. Even at this very moment, I'm checking my shoulders to make sure no one's just hanging out there. The nice thing is also that the Cedar Point app will show you on the map exactly where you are located on a little blue dot. So as you walk, you can see exactly how close you are to the marker. If you get to where the marker is and you still can't find where you want to go, then talk to somebody about it. There should be staff all around. They will tell you exactly where the haunted area is. All right, here are some characters just hanging out. The line for Millennium Force has gone down dramatically. I have a feeling a lot of the lines have gone down. Let's check out the app and see what we find. The app for Millennium Force still says a 90-minute wait for Millennium Force. I don't buy that even a little bit. It is much less than that. Most people, it seems, who are looking for haunts are at the back of the park right now. My quick tip to you would be start at the back of the park, because the back of the park, so right at 6 o'clock, be ready with haunted houses at the back of the park. At the front of the park, we have Erie Estates and we have Hexed. Erie Estates is, at least it says, a 45-minute wait, and Hexed says a 25-minute wait. And that's because the majority of people are at the back right now enjoying all of the haunts. So you could start at the back of the park, work your way to the front, and hit the lowest lines at the back of the park first, and then come up to the front and hit Erie Estates and Hexed once those 2-hour lines are just too much for you and you don't want to have to deal with them anymore.
I'm Vampira, here to make sure this night doesn't totally suck. And let's hear it for our band! I know I get wrapped up with music.
Alright guys, that is a wrap on our Cedar Point day today. Our very first time here at Halloweekends in over 2 years, which I'm so glad that it's going. I'm so glad the Halloweekends is back, and I am thoroughly enjoying this, especially being here in the park. Look at that scape behind me that's all lit up and beautiful. I love it. It is so nice to have this all back running again one more time this year, after it seemed like would never get back to normal last year. So now today we have ridden one roller coaster but we did 5 different entertainment experiences as far as like shows. We did 2 different haunted houses, and we did 4 different walkthrough attractions. 2 of them were specific walkthrough attractions, and then 2 of them were Frontier Trail and Frontiertown, or the Frontier Fear. So we had a blast today. I had a blast today. I hope you guys did too, and I hope you learned a lot about what you could do. Now, the one thing that I would say is the real takeaway from this video is start your night at 6 o'clock, or whenever the haunted houses start at the back of the park. Do not start up at the front. At this point, a lot of even those back ones, if you stay late enough, you can actually get some pretty low wait times. Right now I'm seeing some 30 and 40-minute wait times on the haunted houses that are at the back of the park. So those might be worthwhile. Once again, it is one of those nights here at Cedar Point that is both very hot and quite cold at the exact same time. I really enjoyed having Halloweekends back, and left a little bit early tonight because I'm singing tomorrow, but we'll be back soon to hang out once again at Halloweekends and enjoy all that Cedar Point has to offer. So press that subscribe button. You guys have a great day. Bye. You know it's busy here at Cedar Point when they park people in the no parking zone. Today was a madhouse, and you know, I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm okay with the madhouse. I mean, what can I say? I am a crazy extrovert, so I don't necessarily make sense, but I love having all the people together. So today was a great day. Thank you guys for joining, and I hope you will stick around for the next one. See ya!